Hey everyone, my name is Sean Arnold and welcome to my series, What I Learned by Playing Bloodborne. This is a series where I just reflect on another playthrough of the game, having completed the game already, and just talk about the things which I've discovered without being too spoilerish, just talking about it as it goes along. What I want to show in this episode here is that the next thing I'm going to talk about are these creatures here. These are crows, but they're very, very strange crows. They don't stand upright and they're very, very large. Also, listen to the sound they make when they attack you. Now, when I was first playing this game, I was playing with my co-host JD, and the thing that he commented on when he first saw these is the sound that they make. He said they sound like they're barking. They sound like dogs. That's actually a very, very important point. I'm not going to spoil why, because you actually don't find the reason why for this until much later on. But it is a bit of foreshadowing. This game is just setting up plot details for much later on in the game. Now this is the traditional path, and I could fight this big enemy here. In fact I will, because I just want to take these items from him. Hunter's Axe is very useful in this game. Oh, one more hit. That magic pixel. And I'm going to pick up these items here because I want those for a little bit later on. Oh, he's dropped an item too. Very kind of you. Now the critical path is actually up here, but I'm not going to ignore this whole entire area. I'm going to run down here and pick up an item because there's an item at the end of this corridor, but I'm not actually going to use this path up here. What Bloodborne does is it does reward you for exploring. As well as having lots of shortcuts in this game, it also has lots and lots of hidden paths. And the first hidden path is over here by the Laughing Lady's house. Behind these sarcophagus, all these coffins, all these just loads and loads of luggage, is an area with tons and tons of dogs. Now is there anyone coming out? I'm going to kill these first because I don't want to get attacked. Now as I mentioned, there's a relationship I alluded to, there's a relationship between these dogs and the crows. First of all, I've just thought these dogs were just generic enemies for the game, just to spice things up. I also thought that they were put in this game for the purpose of showing how different it is as dogs are compared to what beasts are in this game. But no, they had actually a grander purpose in this design, one which you won't find out later on. But if you haven't beaten the game yet, just keep in mind that they are somewhat important. I'm going to drop down here and deal with these dogs here because I really don't want them to chase me. Now normally, what I find a lot of people do is that they will, let me just deal with this puppy, is that they will actually go up onto the bridge and then they will end up fighting the boss for this area. I'm not going to do that because I found out there's a different way you can progress through this game. Now, what you can do in this game is you can't actually level up your character until you have a bit of insight. Insight is the stat which is on the top right corner underneath your blood echoes. Is she talking to me? I didn't even talk to her.
Well, do you know of any safe places?
Okay, you spoke to me without even me prompting you to. That was unusual. Insight is the icon with the eye at the top of the screen, and you need one of those before you can actually start leveling up. So anyway, since this old dear spoke to us, let's talk to her.
I've heard I have. Shutting up indoors isn't always enough. Well, if you hunters got off your arses, you wouldn't be in this mess. You're obligated to help me, you hear? So what, Libby? Are you going to tell me you're not?
Unfortunately, I have nothing to tell her just yet, but I will do later on. Not everyone, I'm going to ignore her for now. She's just really mad at you. Not everyone is actually infected. Some of the citizens of Yharnam are just hiding in their homes to stay safe. It's kind of what's been recommended to all the people there. But yeah, so some of them you can send off to a safe place later on in the game, but I'll talk about that much later. So I'm going to actually backtrack a little bit because I want to open up another shortcut. The first thing which I want to do is I want to actually come into this house here. One of the things which I learned about Bloodborne, I need to get my axe out because I need to fight for a moment. Where is he? He's there. Let me just kill this enemy very quickly. Now, what I want to do here is I'm going to go silent for a minute, and I'm just going to get you to listen to the voices inside of this house. The enemies in this game actually talk to you quite often, and when they're idle they talk to themselves, and you can't really hear it when you're outside, but when you're in this house it's very, very clear, and hopefully my recording picks it up. So I'm just going to be quiet for a minute and listen to what they say.
This curse. This is a damn curse. We all know who's at fault. We know precisely who it is. Please, God, help me. I must live. We're finished. There's no hope. This curse. This is a damn curse. This stench. Smells like you, stranger. We're all cursed. We all know who's at fault.
I think they start to repeat it themselves now. If you listen to these beasts or these hunters talking to themselves, they are really, really depressed. They speak of the curse. They talk about how there is very, very little hope. They know they're infected. They know they're in a lot of trouble, and they are desperate. They are really, really desperate for someone to come along and save them. Unfortunately, that is not my role here. My role is to hunt them. This guy here is a tricky fellow. He will shoot you if you go in front of him. So I'm just gonna take him out with a big overhead swing. Over here on the desk or the drawer is a message. When the hunt began, the heathen church abandoned us, blocking the bridge to the cathedral ward as they burned old Yharnam to the ground on that moonlit night. We are in central Yharnam. The heathen church is another place inside of the cathedral ward, and old Yharnam is a different place. What this message really alludes to is that that these people depended on the healing church. They use blood transfusion to heal you, as we do in the game where we heal ourselves by stabbing ourselves with the blood vial. But when the hunt began, the healing church turned their back on the people of Yharnam. They burnt down, they blocked off the Great Bridge, using, well, you'll see how they blocked it off, and then they burnt down old Yharnam to the ground, purging it of the beasts. As you saw at the beginning of the game in the opening cutscene, as you saw the hunters doing earlier on in probably the last episode which I recorded, people like to use fire against the beasts. The beasts are weak to fire, and this is what the healing church did and started. We are, well, actually I'm not going to say that just yet, but we are also kind of dealing with our business here by taking these beasts out and killing them quite brutally, which is why they're afraid of us. But I do feel sorry for these people. They've been infected, mostly through their blood, and the people that they depended on to heal them have turned their backs on you. Now up there is progress towards one of the bosses in the game, which I'm not going to go to just yet. I'm going to go back and carry on with doing what I said and opening up a shortcut. So if I go through here, I'm going to have to get past this enemy here. He doesn't have a gun, does he? No, he's good. Oops, completely whiffed. Wow, that magic pixel. Practically no health. But I don't really mind that I took a bit of damage there, because if I go up these stairs, we can open up another shortcut, and that is, let's go to the gate. And it is a shortcut which leads back to the first lamp in the game. Now, I could go back to the Hunter's Dream. What would happen is if I were to die, I would spawn here, and I wouldn't have to go through this whole entire area anymore. I could just go to the left and take a quick shortcut. I'm not going to take that shortcut just yet. I'm going to make my way back to where the old lady was, because there's something which I want to do before I wrap up this episode. Hopefully I can do it quickly in time. One of the things I love in this game compared to the old Souls game is how fast your character moves. It's really quite easy just to run around, and stamina regains so fast in this game. So it's really good for quick trips like this. It's actually very important to learn how to run past enemies in this game. Now I've got to just try and remember where this item is which I'm looking for. First of all, there's another shortcut here, a very important one, and in fact there's a character over here which I want you to meet. I'm just going to hug this wall to the right, and I'm going to go through here, and over here is one of my favourite characters in this game, Eileen the Crow.
Oh, a hunter are you? And an outsider? What a mess you've been caught up in. And tonight of all nights, here to welcome the new hunter.
Thank you,
Prepare
Eileen.
yourself for the worst. There are no humans left. They're all flesh-hungry beasts now.
Eileen is a hunter just like us, and the item which she gave us, the bold hunter's mark, is actually a very important item. Dangling upside down rune etched into the mind of a hunter. The image upon this parchment allows one to envision the rune with clarity, allows a hunter to awaken without losing blood echoes, a trick that seems nearly too good to be true. So this allows you to reawaken back at the lantern to go towards the hunter's dream, which suggests that Eileen is a hunter like us and not a hunter like the beasts of Yharnam.
Still lingering about. What's wrong? A hunter unnerved by a few beasts? No matter. Without fear in our hearts, we're little different from the beasts themselves.
Now it's important to exhaust all of the characters' dialogue, because if you want to do their little quests, Eileen has a quest in this game. If you want to do them, you have to talk to them fully for them to be able to progress onwards.
What are you still doing here? Enough trembling in your boots. A hunter must hunt.
And yeah, I think that's all she has to say. So what I'm going to quickly do, I'm going to do one more thing. This episode's going a little bit longer than 10 minutes, but that's okay. I'm enjoying myself. And I'm going to just quickly try and find an item. I might not actually remember where it is. I might actually make a mistake on this one, but I think I know where it is, and I think I can get there very quickly if I'm very, very bold. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a quick roll down here. I'm going to take a little bit of damage, but that's a-okay. And now what I want to do is I want to drop down here. Now, hopefully, if I'm not wrong, the item which I'm looking for should be along the left here. Come on, attack me. Giant rats, I'm afraid. If you don't like rats, you're not going to like these very much. Corners are very important in this game, especially with a move like this wide sweep. Oh gosh, there's two more. Oh please, I don't want to jump off. Okay. And hopefully in the next one is the item I'm looking for. No. Okay, I'm not quite sure where it is. Where did that item go? Maybe I had to drop down the other side. No, I know it. Oh, who shot me? Wow, okay. He's going to make things a bit of a problem. Right, I know where the item is. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to need to deal with these rats somehow. I can kill this one. That's no problem. I need to deal with these rats at the end here. So, oh, that gunshot is going to be really annoying. Good, good, that's perfect, and this is what I wanted, the madman's knowledge. Let's have a read of this item, shall we? Skull of a madman touched by the wisdom of the great ones, used to gain insight. Making contact with eldritch wisdom is a blessing, for even if it drives one mad, it allows one to serve a grander purpose for posterity. I'm going to talk a bit more about what this is all about in my next episode, but fortunately now that I've got one insight, I can now use my Blood Hunter's Mark. That's not how we use items. I can use my Blood Hunter's Mark to go back to the Hunter's Dream and reawaken. So guys, that's been a little bit longer than I normally do for these episodes. Hopefully you've enjoyed watching me play this game so far and hearing what I've learned about the game so far. If you have, let me know in the comments. If you haven't, or there's anything you disagree with, let me know and we can talk about it, you know. I'm always up for a good debate on Bloodborne. So anyway, hopefully you will join me for the next episode. Thank you very much for supporting as always. Much love, take care, and goodbye.